All right, welcome everybody to Astronaut Lounge. Today we've got Forevershiba. They are a utility token that is funding dog treats and has selling dog treats and donating to different kennels around the world. Let's introduce the team. We've got McLovin and we've got the manager. If you guys want to give yourselves a brief introduction, and then we can get into introducing the project.
Yeah, so I'm McLovin. I'm part of the Forever Sheba team. I deal with most of the things on the community side of the project. We've been launched for about 4 days now. As you mentioned, uh, we are selling dog treats as one of our main utilities, and 25% of all the profits go to charities around the world that are voted on by the community. And then also 25% does go to buyback and burn. So, and then I don't know if manager, if you're here, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Mike, aka the manager. Just a little bit of background about myself, to be honest with you. So I'm a regional manager for a telecommunications company. Been doing crypto now for around about 8 years. Seen a lot of up and downs. At the moment, a little bit of downturn, but we're starting to see it pick up again. I was speaking to the host earlier, Poppa, and yeah, so everyone's making a little bit of money here and there, and that's exactly what we want to do with Forever Sheba. So yeah, excited for it, excited for everything what's to come, and yeah, that's me, guys.
Perfect, perfect. Who wants to introduce the project? Just tell us a little bit about it. How you guys came about the idea, and how you guys got together on this. I'll pick McLovin. Somebody's going to talk to me.
No, I was seeing if you wanted to chime in or not. So Forever Sheba, the idea of the project was, everyone likes charity coins. That's always been a staple in cryptocurrency. And we thought the dog treats were a neat idea. All these dog coins out there, but no one really has anything to give their dogs themselves. So you can give your dog some dog treats. He gets a little something out of it. You also get the buyback and burn that helps your chart, and then you also get to help dogs worldwide. We're discussing how we're going to pick which one, this, that, the other, and we thought it'd be a cool idea to have the community kind of, pick which shelters they think would be most deserving, and then we could vote on them. That way, it's not just one shelter that keeps getting, you know, the benefit of the charity aspect, and that way a charity near you could actually get some help instead of just some random one you've never heard of. As for the coin itself, we launched on ETH. We chose low tax because that tends to do well. We renounced the contract. The liquidity's currently right under 3 months locked through Unicredit. Una, Unis, I can't. But trying to think what else. We'll extend that at a later point. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. Manager?
Yeah, no. You're kind of saying it all really there, mate. But the one thing I would add is obviously, yes, we do have a utility at the moment, which is live. You can buy. It's all on our website. So if you're interested, go and crack on and get yourself. Well, not yourself. I'm sure you won't want to eat them yourself, but buy your dog some treats. I've also had some people actually ask about cats. That's fine for cats as well, but we're a dog token, so we love dogs. If you want to buy them for your dog cats, that's absolutely fine. So this is just a start. This is a real world utility, yeah, and that's kind of our grounding. We want to push this as far as we can. There is other lines coming real soon. So you'll see on our website more lines will be coming through, and they'll be from dog bones, dog treats, dog toys, etc., etc. So there's going to be a lot more that'll be coming through the pipeline real soon. So hold fast for that, and you'll see a lot more updates coming real soon. But yeah, that was great. McLovin, that's absolutely brilliant, mate. Thank you for that. And yeah, I'll pass back over to the host.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So, with these dog treats, so you guys obviously you have a manufacturing facility, or uh, well, where is your manufacturing facility for one? Um, and two, are you already a registered business?
So yeah, so obviously we've got manufactured all lined up already. That I mean, obviously, like I said, we're already selling these products already online. Sorry, what is the other question? Are we a registered business? Yes, we're a registered business. Well, I believe we are now. Let me just double. I'll come back to you on that. I'll just ask the dev on that one, but I'm 99% sure we are already. But I'll definitely come back to you on that one.
Okay, and while you're getting with him on that, will you find out if you are registered already, where that registration is, what country that's in? And so, as of right
Yes.
now, it sounds like you're working with manufacturers. So you are basically subcontracting the production of these dog treats, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. We have a manufacturer that is making them for us currently. If we upscale, then our project's doing pretty good if we get to that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yeah,
So
no,
there,
exactly. And
so
sorry, just to answer your question, yeah, we are registered. We're actually registered in the UK. So yeah, and it's just a case of getting out there, and we'll be coming into obviously other countries as well. So, but yeah, everything's all registered. Working with the manufacturers as well. So yeah, that's all cool. That's just literally just come from the dev. So that's all correct.
awesome, awesome. So, with the purchase of these dog treats, you said 25% goes into buyback and burn. Um, Now, with that being said, are you guys in any way worried about being labeled as a security from that? And have you thought about accepting the token as payment and burning a portion of that instead than doing the buyback and burn?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what our process is going to be. So you're going to be able to utilize buy and buy through your tokens itself. So yeah, it'll be a lot simpler if we do go that route. But obviously, we wanted to get out there as soon as we could. So obviously, unfortunately, at the moment, this is how you have to buy the dog treats itself at the moment. But in time, it will be going through currency as well, cryptocurrency as well. So, good question.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think having all avenues open would make it a little bit better. You could burn some of the tokens that were used to buy, and then with other currencies, if somebody was to use fiat or Ethereum or something like that, then you could use those funds for marketing and stuff. Um, Now, if people were to strictly buy in the native token, um, what would you do with the rest of the tokens that are accrued? You know, Obviously you would have to sell those on the chart to generate the funds for the donations and further marketing and development. So like what is there a vesting schedule set for any tokens that are accrued that way? Um, I know, like you said, it's not even available yet, but have you thought about it in the future plans moving forward with that business model?
So I know we have discussed it. I mean, we haven't really worked out the logistics all the way of that. One thing is we could use the tokens as the burn, but then use the actual currency as the charity. Um, there's been a couple different ways we've discussed it. We've discussed investing. When it comes to actually using our cryptocurrency, we haven't worked out the fine kinks of exactly how we would do that, especially if it starts largely swaying one way, where people are mainly buying with the cryptocurrency itself. Currently, everything's just in U.S. dollars, UK, the euro, all that. So currently, it's not an issue, but yeah, once we start going that way, those are things that we're currently discussing exactly the right approach.
Okay, perfect. And so on the token itself, there's currently, it's low tax. What are the taxes on that, and what are the percentages allocated to to whatever?
Yeah, no. So taxes are currently they'll always be 5%. So 5% sell, 5% buy, and obviously 1% is going to development, and 4% is going to marketing. So that's taxes that will stay. So yeah, it's just real low taxes there, and I believe, I mean, obviously, like McLovin was saying earlier, this kind of entices a lot of people into our token itself. So I think that's probably about right. Uh, I mean, this is one of the things that we discussed as a team quite a lot, and but yeah, I mean, on the Ethereum network, it's just amazing the amount of volume that you can generate. And I believe that's as max as we require. So yeah, so it's 5%, 5%. Obviously, there is obviously a build up of the contract sometimes, and it may say on coin sniffer or whatever it may well be, like 13%. But as soon as the buy's done, it will then drop straight back down to the 5%. It's just where the contract actually builds up. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we've all seen that before. When the buy pressure is what is going on here? Hang on one second, James. Thank you. All right.
So
Yeah, we've all seen that when the buy pressure, is high, that it will sometimes say that the sell tax is higher. Um, so, sorry, I didn't hear, but what percentage of the tax is going to liquidity? Is there any percentage going to liquidity?
sorry, I keep on getting kicked out of this.
Anybody hear me? Sorry.
Hello. Sorry. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
So we do buybacks and burn for the liquidity. The market waters we do obviously the buybacks also, and obviously the burns as well. So I believe that's probably the better way to kind of inject the LP as well. And currently we haven't actually announced it yet, So I don't know if I should be saying it or not. But it's going to be a weekly thing where we'll be burning tokens to obviously stabilize the liquidity and market cap itself. So yeah, that's how it works there. So I literally I've been kicked out 3 times now, so apologise for that.
Yeah, man, it's Telegram this past week has been having some serious issues. Um,
Yeah,
I've been kicked out of every BC I've gone in the past week. It's at one time it just rugged my whole phone. It shut
oh
my whole
no.
phone off. Yeah, it's crazy. Um, okay, so with the charity aspect, you said that the community members would be able to vote. So basically, like a DAO, what are there going to be the requirements as far as voting? Like, is there going to be a minimum token count you need to hold? Are you going to need
Well,
to?
yeah. So I hear you on that, and I mean, but first of all, I mean, I've been wanting to do a token for a long time now, which obviously gives back to charity. There's a lot of ideas that I come up with, and speaking to other people, and it just always seems to be not the right time. And obviously now, obviously we've obviously decided to do one, and I think it's an amazing thing to do, actually give back, and this it's a real positive. But regarding to your question, is there a minimum requirement for any individual or anything like that? No. I think everyone that's part of the project should have a say within the project. I think that's really important that we have a voice, without just say the one with, I don't know, 0.0001% of supply. Um, they should have a say as much as what the 2%ers do as well. I think that's really important because without the community, obviously we're nothing. And ultimately, it's normally the within the community, it's the lower holders that really work and really help support and push that project. And that's why, yeah, we're going to be, it'll be a voting system, either through Telegram or through our site. I'm not too sure on the basis of that yet, but that will come out real soon and how that will work. But yeah, I think that's extremely important that we involve everybody there.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
And going back to the the voting system, to keep it kind of fair, how are these different charities going to be chosen? Are they going to be just like a list of charities that are given that people can vote on, or are the community going to, each bring their own to the table, or how does that work?
Well, to be honest with you, I think that's a good question, and it's something that we're gonna be looking at. But however, obviously we have obviously talked about it already, and on our last AMA, it was voted by the guys in the AMA that we should all bring a selection of charities, and then we'll do our research on the charities and see how they operate. Because obviously, there's a lot of charities out there that get funding a hell of a lot, but it's I know there's a lot of charities out there, the little ones that just don't really get the funding, and ultimately, you know, we want to help everybody. That 100%, of course we do. But we've got to look at the statistics of it and find out which one actually really needs that support from us. And then go with them, I believe. Obviously, again, like I said, we want to involve everybody within that. And ultimately, it's ultimately down to the community itself. But we can actually kind of streamline it, make it shorter. Instead of having 100 charities on there, we can kind of bring that down to the top five, say for instance, of the most required charities out there. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing on that. And then it's obviously just a voting system. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Really, it's nothing groundbreaking, but obviously there's a lot of work that goes in the background of it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, a lot of people, a lot of investors, especially in something like this, where some of the revenue from or from the treats is, it's being used as the utility for buybacks and burns and for donations and everything. What measures do you guys have to keep all this transparent for the investors, as far as the revenue coming in, the overhead paid out? Are you going to work with a third party auditing company to generate reports for the investors? How have you guys planned that out?
Yeah, that's exactly what we can do. Obviously, it's not something we've kind of planned in as of yet, but I think you bring up a good point there, and it kind of shows that to the community, investors, world around, that they can see that transparency of what is actually going in, what's going out, and utilizing a third party. Yeah, we could definitely do that. However, we have got the skill sets within the team that could actually bring that to the table as well. But like you said, obviously, always with third parties is non-biased as such. So yeah, that's something that we can definitely look at for the short term. It's something we can bring ourselves. Long term, 100%. Yes, we can look towards a third party company there as well. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So currently, how can somebody see how many packs of dog treats have been bought or sold?
Yeah, that's a good question as well. And at the moment, you can't actually see it on the site. However, um, so we do have that ability to add that onto the site, and that's just a case of just getting it updated.
Yeah, and then
So
manage it.
it's sorry.
Not trying to interrupt you, but we do also have that bot on our Telegram group where the group gets notified every time treats are purchased. Like you said, it doesn't give a hard number of how many have already been purchased, but does give you an idea that, hey, how quickly are these selling? Kind of gives you an idea of how many we've sold. But that is a good point you bring up to maybe find a way to
Yeah.
disclose exactly how many have been purchased.
Yeah, and you might even be able to add a counter onto that bot. But at the
Exactly.
same time, bots. Yeah, I'm not saying you guys would do it, but bots can be turned off. There could be 100 buys in between that the time the bot was turned on and off.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I think going with the third party route for transparency, just for peace of mind of investors, because in this space, there's so many people and projects just out for themselves, and they the concept is great, but it's the people behind it that make it bad. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it was also worth mentioning that, we did start from a stealth launch of 0.5 ETH. So, some of those bigger ideas of, incorporating a third party or whatever, like those are things that we definitely can do without a doubt, but initially, um, not necessarily feasible at the moment.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just spitballing here, going,
Oh yeah,
for
no.
future plans. Um, I'm a big believer in transparency. So, I think the more transparent you can be with these things, especially when it comes to, with the treats being the utility, the purchase of the treats, and not being able to track fiat transactions on chain, um, you know, something like this would go a long way uh, to ease the mind of the investors.
yeah. I totally agree there with you as well. And the one thing I would add is that within this week, it will be updated on the site. So it will show how many treats are being sold. when, etc., so on. But I do think you definitely bring up a really good point with the transparency, and yeah, 100%. That is something that as a team we're going to be looking into, and yeah, and hopefully in our next AMA we'll have that all set up and up and running for you.
Nice. Um, so with the okay, so 25% going into buyback and burn, and then how much is going to the donations to the charity?
25% as well.
25%, and the other 50% is going into what, marketing and development,
Yeah, more
or
or less. It's going into just the expansion of the products themselves and being able to expand upon our forever line of products.
okay. And how does the team get paid?
I mean, currently, I I'm not even getting paid. I invested like any other investor at the beginning. Those are things that down the line, I guess we would have to figure out.
At the moment, I mean, if you look at the market cap or that at the moment, it's not feasible to pay a team. 100%, it's not feasible. However, as McLovin was saying, we've all invested. You know, we haven't just invested our own money into as a token, but we're invested into other things that are coming out real soon as well, and not silly amounts of money as well. You know, this is a substantial amount of money that we're being invested.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, it's just it.
Yeah, and I know, I know
Yeah,
you guys, you guys want what's best for the project and everything, and you're putting your own money up to get it there. But in the end, you guys are still going to need to collect a return on this, just like any other business. So,
yeah,
maybe
of
if
course.
you could put it in the white paper at a certain point, with enough revenue collected, the team will, takes, a certain percentage, as team pay or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, of course, and like I said, I mean, obviously, we're not even thinking about that at the moment, about taking any funds for ourselves, because ultimately we're at the ground at the moment, and we need to build this to where it needs to go, and ultimately, you know, I mean, when it gets into the middles, then obviously that's a different story. That's where the revenue will start to generate a lot more, but then within that generation of making more things, we're going to have to spend a lot more money as well. And that's one thing you'll probably see is that we will be pushing a lot of money at this. Whatever we have, it will be reinvested into the token. So yeah. So again, like I said, it's not something we're really interested in at the moment. But down the line, yes, 100%. I mean, obviously, you know, we have to be paid, and we have to employ. So it's as simple as that, really.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can't run a successful business without people getting paid. So,
Exactly.
it's gotta happen. It's part of the
Yes.
business. Um, so yeah, I was just wondering if you guys had already discussed, future plans for that. Obviously, it's too young to to implement it right now, but
Sorry, I'm not getting you at all now, mate. McLovin, can you hear Popper?
Sorry, I just got booted and just popped it back.
Yeah, yeah. I think the same happened with Popper at the moment.
Maybe his internet connection problem. We also cannot hear him.
No, no.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you
Yeah,
now,
now we
mate.
can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Damn, I forgot what I just asked. Um, So yeah, okay, yeah. So I just wanted to know, moving forward, if there were plans, as far as payments and stuff like that. So 50% is going of the dog treats is going into product development and everything. But in the meantime, how is that value going to be stored? Is it going to be stored in just fiat, or is it going to be put into invested into other cryptos like even stables and yield farming for maximizing the profits on that?
You know what? That's again. Oh, sorry, McLovin. Did you want to jump in there, mate?
Oh, no, I mean, if you want to handle this one or I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, so I know initially, at least right now, we were just going to keep it in fiat. Um, it hasn't boomed to the point of, hey, how are we going to get 10% back on this? Um, Once again, once this takes off and once it gets to those points, those are different things we could talk about. But when you also risk gaining in that investment, you could also risk losing some of it too. So I don't know. It's one of those you really have to take a serious step back and look at it. Um, but as of now, no, we're just keeping it in fiat. Because next step is to buy more flavors of dog treats, to buy bones, to buy leashes, toys, stuff like that. So at the moment, we're just going to keep it in the fiat.
Okay. Um, do you have offhand? Do you know the total overhead for your cost basis on the dog treats themselves?
So I know we profit roughly 70%. I mean, it varies a little bit depending on if you buy what bulk of it. But it averages out to about 70% is what we profit off the total investment.
Okay. And I saw a screenshot. I think somebody had paid. Actually, I think it might have been from Enigma. um, I think it was like 14.99 euros for a bag of treats.
Correct.
Okay. So about 70% of that, goes into back into the project. So that's good.
Yeah, and I mean that's
Um,
a solid number, but once again, like you were saying, if this builds up more, then you can talk about actually not subcontracting it out, which would just increase the profitability of it as well.
yeah, definitely. And it's still young. I'm sure you guys probably haven't had much opportunity to look into, what it takes to uh, operate a facility that would be able to manufacture the dog treats. Um, there is a lot that goes into it as far as depending on where it's at. You've got the health codes, you've got all kinds of
Oh,
stuff
exactly.
um, to look into, and licensing as well. So those are definitely some things that you guys should take a look at and see if it's even feasible or profitable to do so. I don't know what company that you're working with now, but 70% revenue on the on top of the overhead is pretty good percentage.
Oh yeah.
And you don't happen to know how many that you guys have sold so far?
Off of the top of my head, I personally do not. Manager, do you know?
Yeah, no. Obviously, we haven't sold many as of yet. Again, like you're aware, we've only been here 4 days at the moment. And yeah, I think we've sold around about 200 to maybe $300 worth. So it's not it's a nothing kind of scenario at the moment. But yeah, it's more a case of getting it out there, getting the marketing out there, and so on, so on, so on. It's not a substantial amount at the moment. I mean, I could Today could have been a different day. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, and that's obviously not what I'm here for as such. But I can definitely get the numbers for you, and I'll ask the question right now, actually, and I'll come back to you again with the answer on that one.
Oh my god. Okay, I keep getting rugged. So I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
Um,
been picked like 2 or 3 times already.
but yeah, it's like you said, you're only a few days old, so I didn't expect to see massive numbers. But so with these treats, they are coming. The manufacturer is providing the packaging as well, the Forevershiba packaging, or or are they still branded under the original manufacturer? Did I get rugged again?
No, I'm back again. Sorry, ask that question again.
So with these treats, is the manufacturer providing the Forever Shiba brand packaging with these treats as well, or are they still branded under the original manufacturers?
No, no, no. That's all done by in-house. The packaging, etc. I think we have. How many did we have? We had 1,200 packets worth at the moment. And just to answer your question earlier as well, sorry about that. Is we've actually sold 18 so far. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at the moment. But we've obviously stock for 1,200 at the moment. But so not massive numbers, like I said, but it's all about um, getting it out there, getting that marketing out there, and then we could start to look at other revenues of getting it manufactured, all done in one place, and actually probably sent out from that one place as well, rather than jumping through hoops as such. But yeah, at the moment, that's the process we're doing.
Um, Now, as far as outside marketing, what have you guys thought of, or are you looking into as far as outside marketing, outside the crypto space, to actually market it to just market the treats to dog owners?
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Sorry, that's a great question again there. And I think, to be honest with you, there's so many different types of revenues like, out there that we can utilize while regarding marketing. Obviously, with the crypto space at the moment, Facebook, TikTok, so on, so on, so on. You've got all these kind of revenues that we can get out there on. Um, but I think it's really kind of a strong place to start is with I wouldn't say the little people because I keep saying little people, and but it's going to these dog places and utilizing their kind of revenues and pushing it out there as well. Um, Again, like I said, our faces are going to be seen once we start to give back to the charities that we're planning to do. And yeah, this is just there's so many different rare places we can go at the moment. Yeah, it's and okay, of course, I'm sure you're aware is that the free ones are always the best ones sometimes. Yeah. So getting it out there on the social media groups. So yeah, there's so many things that we can do. It's just a case of again, it's very green at the moment, and yeah, it's just a case of getting to that stage, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's lots of different revenues.
But yeah, I mean, piggybacking off you too, I know we have discussed different dog shows, maybe setting up a booth at, um, whenever we do these charity give backs, maybe throw in some of the treats. That way, those are seen with the charity give back as well. There's a lot of different ways you can approach this from both crypto and the treat side of things.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just distributing the treats alone, to certain places, and just donating treats would go a long way as far as marketing goes. 'Cause, obviously, the more people that see that package, the more people that are going to look into it and say, okay, well, what's this dog treat? Everybody
Yeah,
wants the best for their dogs. So
yeah, no, exactly. I think that's really important. And I've actually just got word as well. We've just actually launched on P2B. Literally, we've just gone live now. Where you can trade on P2B as well. So amazing stuff. That's really really good. And I mean, as I said, day 4, and we're already there. And I think we all kind of know what comes after P2B as well. There's 2 other sites that'll be listed. Um, I won't mention them. You can mention them if you like. But yeah, they're the big boys are out there. And this is great. Really, really, really excited. So sorry about that. I just needed to chuck that one out
no,
there.
that's
And you'll probably ask me a question as well about it. So fire away.
no, that's awesome, man. And when did you guys apply for this? And obviously, that goes into the whole CMC and CoinGecko thing. Have you applied for those as well?
Yep. So obviously, as you're aware, you know, after P2P, this is it. It's been applied for. It's literally been, if not done already, it's been done right in second. So it's great stuff. And I think we actually applied for. Don't quote me. It was 2 days ago that we applied for the CX. But don't quote me on that one. I could be wrong. So, but ultimately, I mean, this is our plan. I mean, if you look at our roadmap, it is we've done so much already within our roadmap. And someone actually said it in the group on our first AMA, which is I thought was fantastic. Um, so it's oh god, I can't think of what it's called now. Oh god, it's McLovin, can you help me out on that one? Under deliver, or I can't think of what it is now. Go on, you can say it.
I the I'm lost for it too, man. I think I
Ah,
wasn't part of that one.
don't overpromise. Sorry. Oh, well, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm probably just too excited that we're on P2B at the moment, and I know what's to come after that. So yeah, it's exciting times, and you never know. When we open to questions, one of the guys might jump in and tell me, "This is what I said."
What? I mean, okay, I'm just reading this question
Under
in
promise
chat
and
here.
over deliver.
Somebody
Go on, Nick.
asked,
Go on.
have you eaten? Because in my opinion, eating is something that is important to restore energy. So this is important. If energy runs out, we can't work. What in the hell kind of question is that? I'm about to ban that guy.
You know what? I'm a foodie, and I appreciate that question. I say, uh, I got me the Taco Bell breakfast. It did pretty good. I feel replenished, and thank you for asking.
Nice, nice. I'm sure the manager doesn't eat Taco Bell breakfast too often.
No, unfortunately not. No, believe it or not, we have got Taco Bell here though. So yeah, yeah, but it's there's only one, and that's about 10 miles away. So yeah, yeah.
So just I just want to jump to so how long have you guys been in this space, and like have you worked on any other successful projects? I know, manager, you said that you've always wanted to launch one, but have you worked on any others?
Yeah, yeah, I've worked on other projects, varied from mod to support. Yeah, so I've been on various role. And the one thing I kind of really like within crypto is kind of the engagement part, and just really kind of getting out there um, with the community, trying to kind of drive that community, and it's something that I've kind of done throughout my whole kind of career, as such, not just crypto, but through life as well. I mean, I was in the army. Well, that's kind of my first real job as such. I was in the army for 8 years. From the army, I went into I won't say the name, but a communication company, and it's all about teamwork and driving performance, and so on, so on, so on, so on. So yeah, it's a lot of it is engagement and getting part of a team, and that's what I really kind of love, to be honest with you. And yeah, so there's yeah, of course, I've been on other projects. Um, and some successful and some not so successful. But ultimately, the one thing I can say is that I give it my all. As long as we get that back in, we can go many different places. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of my background with it. To be honest with you.
Okay. How about
Yeah,
you,
and then I'd say
McLovin?
for me, I've been kind of like him, varied in roles on previous projects, some good, some not so good. Very similar story to him when it comes to my background in crypto. As for our core group of team, we've all known each other so long too. It really is almost like a family than a team, which is really nice as well.
Okay, awesome. Now I know. So the contract is renounced, but as far as the company goes, if it's a registered company, is there anybody that's actually KYC'd and doxed for the company?
I'm not too sure of that one. Manager, you know?
Or are there any plans for there to be anybody doxed or KYC'd?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's exactly what the plans is in within the future. So it will be docs, it will be KYC'd. So yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. That is something that we actually talked about earlier today, and it's set for us. It hasn't confirmed yet, but it's set. It's going to be a milestone, and that milestone then will become a double milestone on the back end of that. That's what we believe in a way, and yeah, so we're kind of leaving a bit of mystery around that at the moment, but watch this space. That's what I'd say.
All right. I mean, I'm just trying to look at some of these and here, see if got any good ones. All right, let's see. Alex asked, where did it go? Does Forever She haven't introduced a referral strategy to your ecosystem where investors can refer people to Forever Shiba and get rewarded? Um, yeah, so basically, are you ever going to implement a referral system to bring people in, or
Currently, we do not have any type of referral system. Once again, being transparent, it isn't something we really have discussed yet either. Um, if enough of the community speaks out and thinks it's a good idea, it's definitely something we can look into implementing, but it's something we haven't even discussed yet.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been on projects and seen it on other projects that this does actually happen, and it's actually quite easy to implement as well. So yeah, if our community believes that's something positive, then yeah, of course, yeah, definitely. but yeah, obviously it has to be the right time again. But yeah, it's definitely something we can definitely 100% look into if they believe this is a good opportunity there.
Okay, I think a bunch of these questions are just copy and paste. Just change the name. Okay, I guess there's a few people asking if you have any plans to implement in times of selling pressure. What are you going to do to stabilize that? Um, Obviously, you guys already have the buyback and burn that's going to be happening. So um, I think that question's already been answered.
Yeah, I think it has already. To be honest with you, I mean that's exactly what we're going to be doing is the buyback and burn. It's going to stabilize it. It's going to make it a stronger. So yeah, it's like I said, it's the buyback and burn. It's a no brainer for us on that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We've gone over the marketing questions. Have you guys actually have you approached any influencers like YouTube or TikTok, um, and tried to get any partnerships with them to promote the project? Again, you guys are still young, so
Yeah, of course, of course. You know, we've got our ideas of where we want to go, and again, like I said, we are very young, and you know, it'd be amazing if we can get someone to jump on board right this second. Of course, but there's work to be done. That's what I'd say. I know now we've just been listed. There's lots of work being done right now to get a lot of calls for us, get promotions out there right now. But yeah, of course, that's our ultimate goal. It's within our Q2, I believe it is. It might be Q3 to get support with investors. Sorry, um, hang on. Sorry, can you
influencers.
actually? Yeah, so sorry. No,
There we
I
go.
didn't know if I was talking to myself then or not. I didn't know if I got kicked.
No,
Yeah, yeah. So influencers, etc. So yeah, 100%. And again, like I said, I know right now there's a lot of work being done right now. So yeah, uh, watch out. That's what I say.
nice. Nice. And have you thought about, reaching out to other, some of these other dog tokens and, maybe forming some partnerships with them, say, well, Shiba Inu, for example.
You know what? That's just again. That's what great idea. Yes, definitely. I mean, I know we've as a team we've been talking about other blockchains. I mean, I know Shib is coming up with their own blockchain very very soon. This week, maybe next week, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all in the works. Again, we need to get to a strong point where we're stable and yeah, and that's when we start kind of motoring as such and moving forward there.
Yeah, 100%. And, some of these smaller chains, might be good to bridge to, like POM or Poo Chain, something like that, to where, the liquidity, the market caps on those are still very low. And if they take off, the liquidity, that pairing will definitely benefit the project. And, you get more eyes on it on the project as well, just by being on those chains.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly, and that's exactly what we need. We need them eyes, don't we? And as much people we can get on it, that's exactly what we need, 100%. And yeah, I'm sure these kind of things are happening. I know actually these kind of things are happening in the background. So yeah, as I said, just unfortunately, it'd be so great if we could click our fingers and it's all done straight away. But it unfortunately
Yeah,
takes that little bit of time. But yeah, all I'd say is the strongholders and the strongholders within the community at the moment. And they're the guys that'll be really rewarded. And yeah, again, I'm just really chuffed at P2B. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
how quickly that happened. And I just
yeah,
know,
man. On
like,
day four,
yeah,
that's pretty huge.
yeah, yeah,
Pretty awesome.
and
Yeah. So speaking of rewarding the long-term holders, have you guys thought of implementing some staking for the holders or anything like that? I mean, I know you're going to have the buybacks and burns, but uh, for the long-term investors that just want to grow their bags, and have you thought about implementing anything like that?
Mark Loving, do you want to answer this one, mate? I think my voice is probably boring people now.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah. Uh, I know you're having senior moments left and right, so it's okay. I'll answer this one. Um, but yeah, no, the staking wise, we didn't set aside an initial amount of the supply. I mean, as you mentioned, we do have the buyback and burn side of it, but then we're kind of pulling from the liquidity. It's something we didn't plan on doing. Once again, I'm not gonna say we're not gonna do it. We're one of those teams. If enough of the community wants to do something, we will find a way to implement it. So really, it's just if that's what the community wants, reach out, let us know. Hey, we think this is a good idea, and if enough of the community speaks out about it, we will definitely look into ways to attain it.
Yeah, 100%. And you guys could still, set aside, say 10%, an extra 10% to do buyback and fill the staking pools. Um,
Oh, exactly. Or adjust what we're doing with the profits from the treats, or I mean, there's ways we can attain it. It's just a matter
right.
of if enough of the community speaks up about it, then yeah, it's definitely gonna be something
Or even,
we'll find a
or
way
you
to
could
do.
even offer, like, um, ETH rewards or USDT or
Oh,
USDC
exactly.
rewards, instead of in the native token. It stops sell pressure and actually can create some buy pressure from people using the rewards to purchase more tokens.
Exactly. And we're one of those teams too, like any idea, if it's something, initially we didn't plan on doing, it's something we can easily add to the website or find a way to implement. Our contracts renounced, so that side of it might be, firm, but we do still have the treat side of it. We can toy with that money and we can find ways to implement just about anything that the community speaks out about and feels strongly about.
Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna open it up. If anybody has any questions, um, go ahead and pop up and ask one at a time, please.
Okay, can I go for it?
Yes, go for it, Vitalik.
Okay, yeah, you have mentioned that you will donate some charity or organization. So my question is, we know that like many or donation organization, maximum donation organization have not take any cryptocurrency like BNB or something else. So will you be partnership or donated those charities, those who accept crypto, or you will be given the USDT reward, or you will be given the cryptocurrency reward?
Yeah, so how we're donating, I think that's where you're going with that. Right now, all our purchases are in fiat, so it's not going to be an issue to just give them actual money. I don't think any charity doesn't accept actual money at this point, but I think that's where you were heading with that question. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me.
I got your question. I have wanted to know that you will given the cryptocurrency or the actual money. So I got your question. Thanks for the answer.
Awesome. Yes, and in the future there could be some some ways to donate crypto as well. I'm guessing. So, does anybody else have any questions?
Another question about donation. So many people does not believe this project is donating that organization. So how will you make it trustable to the people or your community members?
Yeah, so something we actually talked about regarding this, and having that kind of transparency. And it was a case of I was on a charity token once before. I won't mention the name. Really big charity token. But however, they used to have AMAs with the actual charity themselves. And that was kind of again that transparency of showing the actual people from the charities. And obviously, yes. I mean, obviously, I'm UK, and we've got something in America, and we've got something in Europe, and so on, so on, so on. But we could do it be giving a charity out in, say, India, say for instance, or Afghanistan. It's not feasible for us to fly out there and so on. So it'll all be over VC and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the kind of things that we can do, and something that actually we really want to do. And that could be over all different kind of networks, YouTube, Telegram, and so on, so on, so on. There's so many of them. But yeah, that's exactly what we will do is have that kind of VC moment with them, and setting up also within the chat as well is setting up automatic donations as well. That's something else we talked about. So if anybody actually wants to donate there and then, they can go to that charity name and donate straight away there. So yeah, great question. Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, and thanks for answering.
No problems.
All right. Thank you for your questions, Vitalik. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to ask? I got a question. Has anybody tasted these treats?
They taste like salmon.
They taste like salmon.
They taste like salmon.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Let's say that. Yes. Yeah. But I probably wouldn't have the second helping. It's first of all, I don't like fish. But yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, no, my dog likes them. So yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I mean, you gotta at least test the product. So I know my
Yes.
my my kids have eaten cat treats and dog treats before. Uh, so they're not gonna kill anybody.
No, no, exactly, and that's what kids are there for as well. You know what? Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have got the kids to actually try it. I've got enough. I've got enough kids. I've got four of them, so if one just kind of goes away, that's fine.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see if anybody else doesn't have any questions. I think I've asked everything I can think of. Um, yeah, you guys want to just give a quick recap for anybody that missed anything? Just very fast, like an elevator pitch.
Yeah, I'll go on since he's being a little quiet. First off, just want to thank you for having us here. It's been a pleasure. When it comes to our cryptocurrency itself, it'll be fun to see how we can market it both as a currency and a dog treat company. Just remember they do coincide. If we sell more treats, it's going to be better for the chart and more exposure through the charity. Um, we just launched. Bear with us a little bit, but we have huge plans for this and expect to see us around a lot more here in the coming days.
Yeah, I kind of echo that as well, McGlynn. Thanks. Sorry. Yeah, no, it's exciting times. Again, we're very very green at the moment. Um, We have got lots of stuff planned, and we are going through it really fast. If you want to have a ride, come along with us. Give away to charity as well. Have that good feel factor, and yeah, it's exciting. Let's say that, especially right now, guys. It's very exciting times, and you will start to see big movements, even more bigger movements coming real soon.
Awesome, awesome. And thank you guys again for coming on. It's been great hearing about the project. I definitely want to see where this can go. As far as the donation side goes, I'm a big animal lover myself, so um, definitely like to see, the charity aspect of it. Um, but yeah, so with that said, I'm going to end the recording real quick.